FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.
We run Detroit Radio.
Hey there, it's your girl Cheryl, and welcome to the Behind the Muse show, where we explore everything beauty, fashion, relationships, lifestyle, and more. Stay tuned for a hot show and a tantalizing conversation. Yes. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Yes, I am back. Your girl is back, Cheryl, and we are Behind the Muse once again. Did I ever tell you? Well, first off, before I go on a rant, because I got to go on a rant, we do have a new co-host coming. It's her first day, so she probably got a little lost, but she's going to be coming. Asia relocated, but I'm going to let her tell you guys when she calls in next week, okay, what's going on with Asia. Coast Wild will be in the building next week. Unfortunately, he was hungover from his show last night, so he's like, cuz I gotta catch you another day. Okay, so, but you know what? I'm excited about a lot of things. Okay, I reached out. First off, Happy New Year, Marquise. How was your New Year? How was your holiday?
My holiday was the same as the day before.
Amen.
Pretty good. What did I do? Did I do something? I didn't do anything New Year's. I worked. That was about it.
Happy New Year, Katrina. Happy New Year, Zamariana. Happy New Year, Paris. I love you guys. You guys have always, Katrina has always supported me, and I'm just talking to the people that's tuning in to my live. Katrina is a good friend of mine. She's always supported me. Now, she's one of them friends that would cuss me out and then be like, hey, I'm sorry, but I meant what I said. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then Zamariana is a loving sister of mine. She really broke through the transgender community. She's one of the top talented drag queens, and she came from Battle Creek and made it happen. And that's a small town, so big shots out to my sisters Mariana and Paris. I can't even. We got some things in the work. Paris is helping domestic violence victims, but she is also saving their lives. So, big shots out to them. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Kyra. Did I ever tell you about Kyra, Marquise?
Maybe.
Okay, because you know what? Before I go any further, there's somebody out here calling themselves Kesey After Dark, aka I am Marquise. I'm like, oh no, there's an imposter out here.
That's why I spell my name the way I spell it. In Detroit, it's a lot of those
imposters. Anyhow, so Kyra, we used to have a show, right, called Behind the Muse on another station, okay, and Kyra was, she was one of the young, I have a very soft spot for young women, especially young women that are out here doing things for themselves, working hard, taking care of themselves. I had a very supportive mother, okay? Even though I didn't ask her I wanted to be independent. I knew she was there. She's still there. If I needed anything, I know I'm not going to go without. Every woman, every young girl don't have that. A supportive mother or a supportive parent or a supportive anybody, okay? So, Kyra... Actually, Kyra, we was trying to figure out a name to what we were going to call the show, whatever, right? And I had no idea. And Kyra is the one that gave me she's like, everybody think you were one kind of way because all I show was, at one point you would only, on social media, you only see the business stuff, right? I never got personal, but you have to, in business, you have to be personal because it's a part of marketing, right? So Kyra was like, let's switch it up and let's go behind the scenes and let's talk about how you really think, and let's go behind the Muse, kind of break down that shell. So big shouts out to Kyra, KBTV. She has I can't wait to introduce you guys. And don't be and smiles are all around. All right, so today's show. Okay, by the way, it's no longer Behind the Muse Mob Monday.
I was gonna say something. You're not gonna say nothing about it being a whole different day.
Yeah, did y'all notice it was a different day today? Did y'all notice it wasn't Muse Mob Monday? Y'all saw me and was like, oh shoot, I got to get to work. No, it's Behind the Muse Mob Sundays now.
Oh, okay.
I had a friend. He Jamaican. His name is Sedgwick. He always had a theme to each day. You know, it's Mosh It Up Monday. It's Turn Up Tuesday. It's Wet and Wild Wednesday. I mean, these are things that he would just make up to just convince people to come outdoors.
That's a great Jamaican. I like that.
Yes. Okay, I got to tell you what his nick. Okay. All right. We're going to save story time for another time. Okay, so today's topic is I don't like my daughter. And I think that's my co-host ringing the doorbell, actually.
2 times is crazy.
Right. Well, 2 times. But
Let me hurry up.
Today's topic is I do not like my daughter. Big shots out to Wayne Cuts in Westland. What's up, Angel? Angel in Espanol. Big shots out to Wayne Cuts. They cut my kids' hair. Well, Wayne cuts my kids' hair. Or whatever, but I'm gonna have to start going in the barbershop when my kids get their hair cut, because my husband let them do whatever they want. It's for, oh, she's here. You got, come on, sit down, have a seat. My husband let them do whatever they want. You know, sometimes you got to kind of get involved with the whole haircutting process and like, nah, we're going to do what I said. And of course, the guest, wait, hold on. Let's talk about the guest. Let's talk about the co-host, not the guest, the co-host. The co-host come late and had the phone on. Y'all give a shot. This got to be a behind the Muse mob person. Yes. All right, come on, sis. Come on in and have a seat. We're gonna introduce you, and then if you look at the screen, this is what everyone sees out in the world. To you, right there. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, and they see you getting ready, and then you might not. Yeah, there you go. All right, so yes, that's what we're talking about today. Oh, wait! Big shouts out to Trey. Wait, we got to bring the Burberry King up in here one day, because I heard he might be having a tab or a bar opening soon, and the Muse mob got to come in and pop some bottles. Okay, so enough of the shout outs, because it's 6:09. We got to get started with the show. Okay, it's just I haven't seen you guys since last year, and I'm excited. Yay. Okay, but one more shout out. My mom styled me today. My mother got this.
Let me see, girl. Let me see what you got going on.
Look. My mom got this for me, and then look, she got the matching bag to go with it. Coordinated by Stephanie Wilson. Big shouts out to Mom Dukes. I love you. That is my baby. Okay.
That is so cute.
It is, and wait till the dress sweatshirt she got for me with the matching bag too, because that ain't in. That's what happens on Christmas. Okay, so let's get into it. So today's topic is I don't like my daughter. And Nicole to my left, who is our new co-host, because I can't say nothing about nobody because I got my alarm on. Okay, who is our new co-host, because like I said, Asia relocated. She's going to be calling into the show and telling us all about her relocation, but she relocated because that's still my sister, and you know how people like to start rumors. Oh, they must have fell out creating scenarios in their head, but that's not the truth. When I told y'all, me and Asia go way back, but she has decided to relocate, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about that when she calls in next week. Okay, so we're talking about I don't like my daughter. Now, I don't have a daughter, so I'm going to tell you about someone that reached out to the Muse mob last year, because I was supposed to talk about this topic, but holiday season, I had to take a couple weeks off. I had to get my mind together, and I was grieving a little bit those that we lost in 2022 that didn't make it through the new year. So, hey, I'm here right now. All right. So we got a lot to get into. So we're going to talk about this topic. We're going to introduce Nicole. Say hi, Nicole.
Hello, everyone.
And you told me, you was like, I'm going to be on time. And I'm the one that usually be late.
Yes.
And I was racing because I'm like, oh, she going to get there before me waiting.
Right. I was like, well, she's going to be late, so
I'm feeling all
I don't want to be here by myself.
You're right. You knew it. You heard that, y'all.
But she was here. I pulled up and the whip was outside. Like, oh, my God.
What Mel Gibson do? We're going to have to click on that. Let's see what he did. Because we're going to get into the news by Muse. And I promised myself I'm not going to laugh at tragic stories, okay? I will try my best, but I can only be me. Okay?
Liar.
All right.
I'm going to laugh and tell it in a funny way like you normally
Y'all
do.
better call in 313-868-0331 and tell me how your New Year's been. Okay? All right. So let's get into some news by Muse. Now, I got my sunglasses on because my lashes is snaggletooth. And we can't be snagging.
You look so fly though.
Oh, that's what it's about then.
You are fly.
Yes. All right, so Eloise, and I gotta tell y'all a fun fact about my co-host sitting to the left. Y'all didn't know Nicole can step in the name of love. Somebody say we got a real step in the building.
Steppers in the building.
Only Harlem, the Midwest, and parts of California, maybe the Bay Area, know about stepping in the name of love. Okay, so anyway, Eloise Psychiatric Hospital renovation plans include 1920s theme. Did you see? I was born there. Back when they were the county hospital, because that's where mothers that had no insurance went. And what my cousin T Barb, big shouts out to T Barb, like to say, I had humble beginnings, right? And I was born in this hospital back when it was the county hospital. The last year they did deliveries there. Okay, so Eloise, so I think it's a good thing because they got that big building just sitting there.
But they want to make it a haunted house, hotel, restaurant.
But they make so much money during Halloween. My kids.
So you want to spend a night in a haunted house? I mean, in a true insane asylum where no telling what went on in there. Who may be remaining and dwelling in the hallways, the rooms that you go to, somebody that was actually filled with spirits and going through a travesty, and now you're going to go spend the night there for money?
Now that you say it like that, now I'm worried about it. There's money involved, then I'll make it work.
No, you're going to pay money to go.
Oh, if I have to pay money, then I definitely need to. Big shouts out to Chris Dominican Beauty Center, by the way. Y'all go 355-1114 Road for healthier hair. But you know what? Now that you say that, I can't be paid to be I can't pay to be frightened to death.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That place held some experiences.
It sure does have a history. The South got a history. All them slaves, all over them.
How did we get to slavery?
That's behind the Muse all over the place. Plans for the former Eloise Psychiatric Hospital in Westland include a hotel. Of course, somebody gonna try to hate on the player and call me. Include a hotel, a restaurant, and a speakeasy. So you gonna get drunk and be haunted. Oh, somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna
have fun, spend the night, eat.
Somebody gonna end up in an acute psychiatric adult ER. That's what this sounds like.
We should go there and make a, they can make one of those hood horror movies, and we can have it. That can be the backdrop.
That's a good idea, scenery. Many other, and Westland. I was born in Westland. I live in Westland, but I actually grew up in Ecorse. It's a funny story. Okay, many of the original buildings on the property are gone. Currently, there are escape rooms and a haunted attraction in the K. Beard Building. Paranormal tours are also offered on Saturday nights because it's right on Michigan Ave, and then behind it is Walter Reuther, a real psychiatric hospital for the criminally insane.
They have something on Halloween.
That's what I said. My kids was just there. This past Halloween, they loved it. Several blighted structures will soon be removed, while 2 historic structures will be preserved and redeveloped. This sounds like Mayor Wild is trying to run for something, okay? Right now, we're currently getting ready to renovate the old firehouse, which sits adjacent to the property. That building was built in 1894. Somebody was a slave then. Said John Hambrick, a managing member of 30712 Michigan Ave, LLC, and owner of building. We're going to convert that into a barbecue place. Yo, I love it. Yes.
They can call it Flesh and Bones.
Oh, that's actually good. Flesh and Bones. The barbecue restaurant, that's actually good. The barbecue restaurant will be firehouse themed. Hambrick said there are also plans to build a 1920s themed speakeasy. So we're going to be celebrating the torture that happened in this place, it sounds like.
Yes, for the low.
But people got tortured
for
there.
A fee, yeah.
For a fee. People were tortured in this hospital. It wasn't a lot of resources for mental health. It's still not any resources for mental health, and we know people need help. Okay, so they would change. It was all type of craziness stuff. But guess what? Coming soon is going to become an attraction. All right. So what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think it's a good idea to open a business in a place that has so much pain, torture, and horror? 313-868-0331. And I just want to say, I love the lip color, Nicole. Come on, say hey,
Hey, hello everyone. I am a new addition to the cast here at Behind the Muse
Yes.
podcast. It's gonna be a wonderful thing.
Yes, and then as always, Marquise is on the mic. Say what's up, Marquise.
Buenas roches.
Okay, Buenas roches. Okay, that's something new. I like
I've
that.
got to brush up on
Jen
my...
Shaw requests to serve prison sentence at minimum security Texas jail. Did you see this?
Well, no, I didn't
This
see
reality star from the Real Housewives of what?
Oh, I saw
Which-
the headline, but I didn't read the story. Go ahead.
Which housewives was she?
You know I don't know.
Well, she had enough to get these eye-tip extensions. I know she didn't go to Chris Dominican Beauty Center and get them because they kind of halfway. She should have went to musemob.com and got her eye-tips. Musemob, MUSCMOB.com. Anyway, Jen Shaw was indicted for alleged. She already been indicted, so why are we saying alleged? A court of law found her guilty. Jen Shaw was indicted for her alleged role in long-running telemarketing scheme. Oh, she was a scammer from back in the day before it was cute. She been scheming, okay? While filming season 2 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and all eyes are on the Bravo star as she faces up to 14 years in prison.
I bet you she ain't playing for that.
No, I'm pretty sure she did. I don't think she gonna get 14. I think she probably gonna get 5. But federal time, you gotta do 85% of that time. That's a hard time. Okay, Bravo viewers met Shaw during season 1 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which filmed in 2019 and aired in 2020. She quickly became a polarizing character on the franchise, with fans questioning her job and need for several assistants because they all, they all scamming. People will come to me and I'll invest in their company. So we have got a lot of different investments, all different kinds of things. That's what she said her business was.
Multiple.
Right?
Several.
Yep. Shaw said of her career on Access Hollywood's Housewives of Nightcap in November 2020, I've been able to do it because what I've been able to carve out the niche. What is she talking about? I've been able to carve out a niche. I've been able to carve out in the direct response marketing world. You know what? That's what you call double talk. I'm gonna confuse you.
She can do what?
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, I'm gonna confuse you because this is national TV, and I'm not gonna give away, actually telling myself, right? Because like she was really, and she's actually connected to the Shaw family, which is a whole nother story.
What family?
There's the Shaw family, they were in control of ancient Persia. At one point, they had to escape, and it was a whole thing. They came to America. We'll talk about that. It's a long whole story. Like, they made stories about them Shahs of the Sunset. They rich, okay? Okay, so she said that not long after production began on season 2 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which also starred Meredith Marks, Whitney Rose, Heather Gay, none of these people I know, Lisa Barlow, and Mary Cosby. Oh, Mary Cosby. News broke on March 30th, 2021 that Shaw and one of her assistants who appeared on the show, Stuart Smith, were arrested in Utah. That's a Mormon state. Big time. Y'all going to jail. Jennifer Shaw, who portrays herself as a wealthy and successful business person on reality television, and Stuart Smith, who is portrayed as Shaw's first assistant, allegedly generated and sold lead lists of innocent individuals for other members for their scheme. Okay, so they did a scheme. It's going on and on.
They're selling you information so other people can get you to spend money with them.
Y'all remember when y'all used to get an email from the Nigerian king? Did y'all ever get an email from the Nigerian king that wanted you to invest in his kingdom? Did you ever get that?
No.
Did you ever get that email?
They did not.
Okay, call 313-868-0331 if you ever got an email from a Nigerian king telling you to invest in his business. I got that email scam and go back years. Oh, it's right there. You can just grab. You see right on that desk? You can grab one.
No. The phone, like they call.
Oh, we put headphones on and stuff. Oh. Yep. Alrighty. So she is actually headed. She's headed for federal
to the clean.
Yeah, she's going to the clean. Let's get back into some local.
Oh my, that is so. I saw this story. I was following it from the beginning, but
really?
Yes, this story right here.
Yes, let's talk about it because I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to hear your thoughts, Marquise.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Missing Detroit barber David Wood, and he looks very familiar to me. Missing Detroit barber David Woodger has been found dead, family says. He was missing. Y'all heard about that? Marquise, you heard about that? Missing Detroit barber David Woodger has been found dead, according to family. He was deep in the city. David's sisters confirmed with Fox 2 that her brother's remains were found but did not share details.
They said something about him possibly being in this burned out house, but like they said, it was 5 months ago. And turned out it was him, but the last report the community has is that they didn't know where he was. But that was actually him when they reported. That's so sad. Supposed to went with a friend. Did you hear that? He left last seen with a friend.
46-year-old David Woodger was last seen on July 21st, 2022. Leaving his barber shop on 7 Mile and Ryan. Y'all know, that's the east side, okay? I used to, I used to do nursing in that area, and then, Persian is right there anyway. So, between 7 Mile and Ryan and Mount, he was headed home but never made it. And he was real popular in the city. Real popular. He's been a barber for years. David is married and has 3 children and a large extended family. He and his brother Winfred operate barber shops, multiple barber shops in Detroit and in Central Florida. In Accra, Ghana, he has barber shops in Ghana. Okay? Do you see what he did? And let's talk about it. Let's not shy away from it, because he was from the hood. Okay, if anybody know anything about 7 Mile and Ryan, it's not an easy area, and he put a business there. You understand what I'm saying? And not only did he put a business there, he put a business in Central Florida, not South Beach. Central Florida has a lot of poverty, Jacksonville, all of that stuff. He put a barber shop in another hood. Okay, and then he went to Accra, Ghana, which is a beautiful country, but they don't have a lot of opportunities. So he came from the hood with all he knew was barbering and beauty, and made a difference. And look how somebody did him. You understand what I'm saying? This is why it's crazy.
You definitely have to guard yourself.
That's right. His wife, Piper Reynolds, which I think I'm friends with her on Facebook. Not to let that slip. Okay, anyway, his wife, Piper Reynolds, also confirmed his death on Facebook. Yesterday was one of the hardest days of my life. I received a phone call from the police informing me that DNA results came back indicating that my husband David is no longer with us, Piper wrote. Please continue to pray for us during this difficult time. In August 22, Detroit police said in a press conference they received a tip about human remains found in a burnt out home on Goddard. That's the
in
West
August.
side.
Where was it? What?
In August. That's when they found they found
They just confirmed it here in January, though.
Yes. They found human remains that was burnt up, and believe it or not, that's not uncommon.
Why does it take so long?
I'm gonna tell you right now, because I'm going through something I still don't know how my loved one passed away in September, and Wayne County and the medical examiner is so behind that Wayne State had to get involved in the last 60 days to help them. So it's so hard in Wayne County right now because I had another family members whose remains were missing for a minute, during COVID. No. But Wayne County is so jacked up as far as getting answers.
Who was in control of that?
The county.
Who's responsible for that?
The medical examiner.
So it's his responsibility to straighten it out. Like, whose responsibility
the thing is, they're so under. The county is so overwhelmed. The prosecutor is overwhelmed. The medical examiner office is overwhelmed. The sheriff, since Benny Napoleon died, has been a whack. In the 90s? No, I'm talking about recently. Benny Napoleon just died from COVID. What? A year ago? 2 years ago? A year?
Something like that.
And the sheriff and they haven't been the same. The medical examiner is so jacked up that a college has to get involved to get answers. There are people that still don't know how their loved ones died from a year ago. Okay? So, and this is in Wayne County, is the money maker of this state. Okay, that let me, because I'm all right.
We got off subject.
But that's what we do. We go down. We go places. Police say DNA results they received 5 months later. 5 months later. It took 5 months. While his killers is popping bottles, having it 5 months later. You wondering if this your loved one. You gotta wait 5 months later. Confirmed it was the body of David, but they declined to share additional details on the case.
Well, my condolences to the family, and
It's a
I hope
sad
that you
story.
guys can heal from your tremendous loss.
He was handsome too.
That don't got nothing to do.
You know me, I had to point it out one time.
And he's married too. You ain't right.
Oh, I had to
You wrong.
point
I
it out.
mean, well, that doesn't stop him from. She just made an observation, not in advance, just an observation.
Well, he gone now, so of course it ain't advanced. I know how Cheryl be operating.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah. That wife did not know that she was not going to have her husband.
And he
at
was
this
young.
point. Yeah, they were young.
46. He has 3 children. 313-868-0331. Y'all call in and tell me what y'all think about that story. Okay, so what did Mel Gibson do, y'all? What did he do now? Because the funny thing is, I was just watching a movie, and I was watching a movie with my husband. We was watching Tubi, and Tubi is the greatest. Okay? Tubi is the greatest streaming movie network out here right now. I love it. And we were watching something with Mel Gibson.
You know,
I'm
they
like,
leave his tags on the suits when the people be in the movie
that,
scene.
they do. That's because that one
Did
was
you
shot.
see the lady in the negligee that dodged the bullets? Like, like she didn't even move too much. just a
Wait,
little
you
bit.
said a lady in a negligee.
Negligee. She was
Wait,
coming
hold
down
on.
the
Somebody
stairs.
asked me what was a negligee. Okay, by the way. What's a negligee? Anyway, but I gotta wait a minute, say it again.
Negligee.
She had on a negligee.
And so
she,
the guy was shooting at her. She was coming down the stairs, and she just was like, like a little, and dodged the bullets. I love Tubi. I love Tubi.
all the local hood movies. And see, I saw another
You're
movie.
gonna see me on Tubi coming soon.
Yeah, heck yeah. I saw one on it was so good. This scene needs to get a Oscar or something because the guy was like, I'm gonna kill somebody, okay? He said, my partner got killed. He killed my man. He made me look stupid. Somebody gonna die, okay? It was so good, yeah. It was great. Tubi is great for hood movies. Now I forgot what I was talking about Tubi for.
Mel
Well, anyway,
Gibson.
okay, so yeah,
You were
so
watching the movie with your husband.
and Mel was on there, and I
Yeah.
was like, dang, his acting got whack.
Mhm.
Cause his acting used to be so good. Only
it?
Mel, he
Was
made,
it?
yeah. I mean,
Was
well,
it ever so good, or was that your perception?
I mean, he was. Thunderdome was a
So
classic.
he did that. Huh?
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Thunderdome.
Lee-
Danny
Lethal
Glover's a good
Weapon.
actor.
Lethal Weapon was a classic.
Danny
Yeah.
Glover's a good actor.
He was good in Lethal Weapon because he was suicidal, okay? But you know what? Danny Glover was the star, but I didn't like how they made him all the anxious, restless, agitated black man, But
Stereotypical. You know what? They can only portray what they perceive. So that's what they think. A middle-aged retiring police officer that happened to be black would be with a family, just frazzled to his last nerve, and filled to the gills with frustration and regret.
so it was a perception thing.
It's a perception thing.
Okay, so of course, Mel Gibson. This is what I told my kids. I said, of course, he got a career because he the one that made. Because it wasn't just anti-Semitic remarks he made on that message that he did 10 years ago. He was also making racist remarks about black people on this message that he left.
But I don't understand why we get upset with people because they have an opinion, though.
But no.
That's his
I'm
opinion.
not upset. But,
I thought he said nigga.
But no, he said all of that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying
That's what the
is
issue was.
his PR person is out cold. And what I've been telling y'all since last year, if y'all gonna talk crazy and come up with your own facts, and y'all need a strong PR person because his PR person is out cold. First off, white people ain't gonna leave him alone because he made Passion of Christ. Okay. 2, he got an out cold PR person. Now, Marquise, what do you think? Come on, talk.
Yeah.
I know you got an opinion.
Yeah. If you can attack black folks and Jewish people, you gotta have a cold ass PR person.
Exactly. That's what I said. And he got and his acting is garbage now.
That too.
Okay. Mardi Gras parade removes Mel Gibson as Grand Marshal amid intense blowback. Now, he need a job. He got all them kids. He got about 10, 11 kids. He need a job if he got to take
They should be grown by now.
No, he had a little
67.
baby though. Remember with the Russian girl? That's the one that he had let the message.
Karma.
Uh-huh.
That's nasty.
Yeah, he got little
He's
kids.
What was it? Hey.
Yeah, he got to pay them child
I'm pretty
support.
sure he has.
That was like a child support.
He has a trust fund or something set up for that child.
He got money. He made Thunderdome. He made Lethal Weapon. He's straight.
I feel sorry for Mel. He
But
makes choices.
He was in Lethal Weapon. Stop lying.
Yeah.
he was
Didn't
in
make it.
Lethal Weapon. He didn't make it. I'm sorry, you're right. But people don't really remember when he used to have an accent because he was raised in Australia, even though he's American. But he used to have an accent back in the day.
He was Mel Gibson from the Outback, and then he got Californian Hollywoodism.
And showed his true self. Now, you know things are bad for him when you getting kicked off a job in New Orleans. Like, they like, no, we don't even want you in a parade.
Yeah, they let you walk down the street naked in Illinois. Well, whatever he did, they not putting up with it.
It's real. Less than 24 hours after Louisiana's Crewy of Endymion announced Mel Gibson would be one of the co-grand marshals of their 2023 Mardi Gras parade, the group backtracked within 24 hours, okay? On their decision, okay?
Not at all.
No, actually, Endymion is one of the largest, most well-known parades to roll through New Orleans during Mardi Gras weekend, okay? Dan Kelly from the Crewy of Endymion released a statement on Sunday afternoon. The Crewy of Endymion has received significant feedback about our Grand Marshal announcement yesterday evening. Some of this commentary included threats that cause us great concern. What? In the best interest of the safety of our riders. I didn't know they was mad at Mel Gibson like this.
What did he do so far?
I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't get
Okay, special guest and everyone that welcomes us on the streets. Mel Gibson will not ride as a co-grand marshal for our
He is not welcome. No.
What did he do, y'all? We
festivities.
appreciate the cooperation of the city in addressing the issues that will allow us to present another wonderful parade. Blah. Okay, what did he do? On Saturday night, Endymion had announced Gibson would lead the February 18th parade alongside Tulane University head football coach Willie Fritz, who is particularly beloved by New Orleans after he led the team to victory at the Cotton Bowl this year. The Gibson pick was pretty controversial, obviously, considering the Braveheart actor's shocking history of anti-Semitism, racism, homophobia, misogyny, and allegations of domestic abuse. Yeah, he will go upside him.
Well, he is his authentic self.
And that's it.
Call a spade, but he is doing him.
He is doing him. The news of Gibson's leading Endymion quickly swept New Orleans on Sunday, and locals on Twitter voiced their disgust. You know what I think happened with Mel Gibson? When he actually was doing all the racist rants, the whole, and beating women down and grabbing women by their vagina. The whole.
I thought that was Donald Trump.
No, he was.
He did it too?
He was into that.
Mel Gibson don't got money like that.
Well, here's the thing. Well, when he was doing all of that, first off, Passion of Christ was a hit maker for him. He was that. But when he was doing all of this, movements like hashtag Me Too, Black Lives Matter, all of that, wasn't out then. So he could get away with that. Now that all of these movements have come out, people are going back and looked at like, we don't like him. Because he said this, he did this, he did this. That's why he on Tubi.
History caught up with him.
That's what I think happened. History caught up with him. What do y'all think? It's that buzzball I had on the way in. 313-868-0331. Y'all call in and tell me what y'all think about Mel Gibson. Do y'all think he deserved to get fired from a parade? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
He did what
It's New
this
Orleans.
time?
this is just his history.
What did he do this?
He didn't do anything.
So
They was like, him? Why you chose him? And he's anti-Semitic.
They didn't do the research before they chose him?
That's what I was wondering.
They looked into it afterwards.
But you know what? They did the research within 24 hours. That's for sure. Because they was like, we sorry. We made a mistake.
Maybe that's what the contract said. You had to have it canceled within 24 hours. They get a clause in the contract.
There's some clauses going on because something happened when I wonder what kind of response they got when they was like cut. They had to make that announcement on a Sunday. Okay. Somebody got up. They was like, wake up, sober up, and you go and do this press conference and say that we fired Mel Gibson right now. So whatever it was, they got
somebody called him on Saturday.
Something.
And said, hey,
hell to the no.
No.
Rest in peace, Bishop Bullwinkle. That's the man that made the song. Hell
He died?
no. Yeah, he died last year. I said 22 is full of loss. Hell no.
To the no.
Yeah, Bishop Bullwinkle. And did you know that he was a cooperating witness against Alpo and all of them people in Harlem? Google it.
Really?
Yep. Go look on
You
Wikipedia
just
right now.
never know
Google it
about
right
somebody.
now. Bishop Bullwinkle was a cooperating witness. He went state's evidence against what's his name? Alpo that just got murdered in Harlem last year. Alpo, all of them. Google it. All right, guys, let's get into today's topic. Hey, Vicky. Happy New Year. Let's get into today's topic. Big shots out to Miss... Okay, wait. I got to say this right because this is my girl Angie's sister. Miss Envy. Miss Envy. Big shots out to Miss Envy. I had to read it. Okay, so today's topic, we are talking about a young lady that does not like her daughter. I mean, she does not like her daughter. And I think we talked about this before. But we said stepdaughter. Did you get a chance to Google Bishop Bullwinkle?
I know who that is.
I mean, did you get to... I want you to find so we can talk about that next week. How he was a snitch.
Okay, we can. Sure.
It's a deep story. Anyhow, so big shouts out to Harlem. I had a great time a couple weeks ago in New York.
Oh, one time.
Woo, honey! I walked into a club because I went to the wrong club.
You doing the salsa with
Oh no, that was in Michigan.
Oh, she was here?
Yeah, that was Chris Dominican Beauty Center. That was here in Michigan. But I had walked into it. I was in Harlem and I had walked into the wrong venue and I went to a club and a girl, she had to be Jamaican because she jumped out of nowhere and she had a long ponytail and that boy was helicoptering around and then she did a side kick and she was doing a side kick. I was like, oh no,
What happened?
I was in the wrong club.
Did you dance?
No, I was in the wrong venue. I ended up meeting Monifa. I didn't know it was Monifa. But, you know, big shouts out to Harlem. I love Harlem. You can be sitting next to a celebrity. You don't even know you sitting next to a celebrity.
Harlem is full of the who's who.
Yes, and it made me go home and watch Sugar Hill.
Oh, did you?
I got the flavor that they savor, neighbor. But Sugar Hill is a classic, okay? Call in if Sugar Hill was a classic. 313-868-0331. Did you see Sugar Hill? Because I'm pretty sure you was born the year it was made, 1994. Was that the year you were born?
A youngster.
1998.
7.
Oh, well, you weren't alive. Sugar Hill is a classic. That Wesley Snipes played, when he played Gangsta Rose, he's the best. Nino Brown and Romello, because he played Romello in Sugar Hill.
That's the one with Eddie Kane in it.
Yes.
Okay, I know you're talking about, yeah.
I got the flavor that they savor, neighbor.
Okay.
That was Eddie Kane.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I can tell.
All right. So, this woman, seems like a very nice lady. She wrote into the show last, September or something like that. And she was saying, and I told her to tune in today because I'm going to talk about it. She was explaining to me that she is a single mother, okay, of 2 children, a son and a daughter. She adores her son, okay? And this is exactly what she said. She said, God forbid something happens to my son. I wouldn't know what to do. That's what she ain't say nothing about her daughter, okay? Now, she says that she has never mistreated her daughter, never called her out her name, never abused her. She tries to be affectionate with her. She tries to bond with her, but she does not. It's just not there.
Cap.
Okay?
Those are lies.
What's that again?
You just said her son is her favorite. So all that stuff is a lie you talking about.
She tries to hide it. Well, there's lies out that I'm my mother's favorite, but she treats us all the same. Okay? But you know how kids be like, oh, you the favorite, I'm the favorite. No. She treats both of them equally, but she adores her son. Like, she loves him. Okay?
So she don't treat them both equally because she love one more than the other.
No, it's not that.
So you don't think it's possible to do that if you love one more than the other?
Not really. If you a kid, you see that your parent love one of y'all more than the other one.
But how do they see it if they getting the same? They get treated the same. They get nothing's different.
Something's different.
Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so she loves both of them. Okay, they both have different fathers. The father of the son, his father was murdered. Okay, she loved him deeply, still grieving him. Tragic story. Okay, the father of her daughter, and I think this is where it all stems from, the dislike.
Because they say that, the reason you don't like them, it comes from a source. It's a reason why you don't like them, and that's what you need to figure out.
And you actually did research on this topic.
I looked into it because, I thought it was odd topic, and then I found out it was a whole thing.
And by the way, don't ever call Nicole Nikki. Anyhow, so
I think I'm gonna use Super Fox as my radio.
I love when you go by Super Fox.
Yeah,
I remember
I
Super
think
Fox.
it's for the radio.
I remember
I
Super
think
Fox.
it definitely for the radio.
Anyhow, so that being said, okay, so the father of her daughter is still alive, but he's a pain in her AWS.
I bet.
Okay, $48,000 behind in child support. Always. Why would you laugh, no?
Because I done heard this story so many times. I already know what you're about to say.
Always. Big shouts out to Baby Keela. If you listening, Baby Keela, you need to come in on a Sunday. Anyhow, so you know, he got a whole bunch of kids. He like a Nick Cannon, just ruining her brand like Mariah Carey. A broke Nick Cannon, no. A broke, because Nick Cannon got money with his turban. There's money under that turban, okay? Now, even though he kind of, you know, Mariah not going to let him impact her brand like that, still. He got a lot of kids, so she kind of mad with the situation. But the daughter worships the father, right? And the father does nothing for her.
But the love, it doesn't have to cost anything.
That's the thing. The father is, oh, you my baby, very, you know, just put her on a pedestal.
Time, yeah.
I'm sure the mother thinks she is very affectionate with her, but, you know, kids can feel that stuff. But the mom is the financial backing whenever she needs something. When she had prom, she spent just... There's nothing that her daughter won't, and she just does not like it.
So did she say why?
Okay, so now it gets into it. Okay,
She did.
so the daughter was getting ready. She came home from college one weekend. Okay,
She's grown.
yeah, she's grown now.
Oh, this makes a difference. Then go ahead.
She ain't never liked this little girl. It don't make no difference. She ain't never liked her.
And
Okay,
this is
go
and
ahead.
these are facts.
You may be good.
She even said something about when she was born. She looked just like her daddy.
They always do.
So she doesn't like the child because of where she comes from.
It may trigger some trauma. And then she said the baby daddy went upside her head a couple times.
But what has the daughter done anything aside from being
Now the daughter,
father's child?
not even though she got the daughter through school and all of that, but the daughter, you know, had a pregnancy scare. The daughter, you know, had some, you know, minor teenage issues, but it wasn't no serious Vista Maria type stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Not Vista Maria.
Yes, Vista Maria. Okay. Big shouts out to T-Barb. Anyhow, so
But okay, go ahead.
it wasn't like one of those. Is it me or is it just hot in here?
It's a little warm, but it's not hot.
I think it's the peach. Okay, anyhow, so that being said,
She don't like the daughter.
she don't like the daughter. Right now, the daughter's in college, so the daughter, she's been taking care of. I honestly, this is a good mother to me. You understand? She got these feelings about the daughter, but the daughter never wanted for anything. Okay, she took care of her. She never abused her. So the daughter came home from college, you know, on a trip. Okay, on one of their little breaks. She came home, and you know, the mom has been loving that she's been away on campus because she said her daughter is very messy. So the daughter used her stuff, you know, because mom got nice stuff or whatever. She's a nurse. So the mom got nice stuff, and she said the daughter had used, you know, her stuff, her Eve Saint Laurent or whatever, you know, used it and just left it all out on the counter. Didn't put it up, didn't clean the shower, just being just disrespectful. And she know how her mother is, right? So she go ask her. She's like, yo, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Why you couldn't clean it up? And she was like, if, you know, and then the daughter's like, everything I do is such a big deal to you. You always on me. I'll just go clean it up. So it started an argument. Okay, so they got to arguing. She was like, no, I do love you. I do love you. She was like, but mama, I heard you on the phone 5 years ago tell my auntie that you don't like me, you can't stand me.
So why didn't you bring it up 5 years ago?
Exactly.
You can't hold it for 5 years.
That's what I
and bring it
said.
up
Cause
now.
she was, how old is the girl?
She's
She's
18,
an adult now.
19.
So she was 15 then.
That's 15-year-olds I know got a mouth. Let me tell you about 15-year-olds that I see in the medical field. And I ain't gonna say no names because I don't want nobody talking about HIPAA. I had a 15. Listen, okay. Some of them 15-year-olds is grown as hell. Okay, they've been on the streets.
Okay.
So,
she ain't
but
been
now,
on the
if
street.
she doesn't like her because of her habits or she feels like there's a lack of respect, that's different from just not liking her. You can love your child and not like them.
But that's what
possible.
she said, that she does love her, and she cries about the fact that, and it hurts her that she does have
Okay,
these
so
feelings.
what is it that she wants to happen?
So she
instead?
so her daughter pretty much, since this fight that they had, when she came home, she's not talking to her. She's not speaking to her. She's talking about taking out loans to pay for her rest of the school. She said she'll never talk to her again, and that frightens her not to be in her daughter's life. And that's why I
So
think
she does feel.
she does love her. They just do not get along. So what do you do when you don't get along with your child or you don't like each other? I mean, how do you get through that dynamic? How does she repair this relationship so she doesn't lose this young lady that she loves so much? Come on, Super Fox.
She has to communicate.
Tell us. Talk to us.
The feelings, the feelings have to be acknowledged, and then they can communicate about it, and they can just spend short amounts of time doing things they enjoy, and then go their separate ways instead of trying to force long stretches of interaction and
Baby steps.
Yes.
Like What About Bob? Have y'all ever seen that movie, What About Bob?
You was quoting some old
Big shouts out,
ass-
313-868-0331 if y'all,
Oh,
if
you
y'all
watched
saw What
Mad
About, you
Tubi.
saw What About Bob
probably in the 80s. I don't
yep.
know. Yeah.
Wow.
with Richard Dreyfuss and what's my boy name that plays Scrooge? Bill Murray. Okay, so you actually did research on this topic, and it's not uncommon. Tell us what you found out.
I found out that it is common. It was a plethora of information about. It was article after article of women saying, I don't like my child. But they just said, just find out what the source is, or the reason you don't like them. Be nice, limit your criticisms towards them. Don't try to behave as if you don't like them. Do
Hey there,
things
Michelle.
for
Big
them.
shouts out to Michelle.
Big shouts out to
Her and the crew at
Michelle.
JCPenney Ann Arbor. But anyway, go
Yeah,
ahead.
JCPenney.
Okay. Go ahead, because you know what? A lot of people jump to, oh, I would never. I love my kids. I couldn't see. But that's not.
I mean, honesty is the first step. You have to acknowledge that this is happening, and then you figure out what you need to do to get from where you are to where you want to be. That's all. And they could seek therapy. The mother could seek counseling if it was of that degree of importance to her, or she felt like she couldn't work it out on her own. And the daughter probably needs counseling too, since she heard her say she didn't like her. So we don't know what she may have sensed it prior to that. She might have already been thinking that, but then when she heard it, it solidified. So just to deal with all the baggage from the pain or the outcome of them going through that over that time, they should go through some therapy.
Well, we talked about this earlier, and you said it's actually called, what is it called?
I said there's some degrees of it. They have something called cold mother.
Cold mother syndrome.
Yes, emotionally absent or cold mothers who are unresponsive to their children's needs.
I wonder, does anyone know anyone that has cold mother syndrome? 313.
I guess it'll be like Sybil. Remember that movie Sybil?
Absolutely, I
Mother
remember
May
that.
I,
We watched that in our psych class.
Yes, and she had and she would just yeah. And you
Cold
can have
mother syndrome.
You can have at a lesser degree parental rejection, absence of or withdrawal of warmth and affection or love from a child, from the parent. So
And
you
you know
just
what?
withhold your love and not nurture them or hug them or kiss them. But I've known people that say, my dad never hugged. We never hugged.
Really?
Or we didn't hug till he was on his deathbed or something
There's families that
But
just
it's
aren't
just
affectionate.
degrees,
Jada
yeah.
Pinkett was just talking about that, and especially, and I'm gonna keep it real from my perspective. I think that is very true. But do you? Well, I don't want to go off topic. Remember that movie or the book Flowers in the Attic? That was cold mother syndrome, like a mug.
Yeah. So but it's a thing, so it has to be addressed. It can't just be overlooked. You know what I mean?
So you suggest that our mother that's dealing with this dilemma with her child because she feels guilt, and this is why I don't think she's a sociopath.
I
Because
think
she feels
communication is the most important part. That, especially since, because when you said child, I'm thinking, of course, an underage child, a minor child that you have to raise and do for. But an adult, that's a whole different thing. So they can communicate on a different level than a child, a minor child and a mother.
What do you think, Marquise?
Well,
Oh, wait, before you go any further, everybody, y'all got to tune in tonight from 9. Why you got such a late show? You know, we get sleepy after 8. From 9 to 11 on WVIE 107.3.
What are you going to be doing?
And FM.
I talk about a lot of different stuff.
He
Very
say nig
educational.
naggery. That's what he say he talk
I
about on his
disagree.
show.
I very much disagree.
You said that on my show. You said there's some nig-noggish stuff going on.
It's actually a very wholesome Christian show.
Oh, Lord.
That's why it's on Sunday.
That's why it's on Sunday.
He's lying.
You said 2 hours of
It's 2 hours.
the
Sometimes.
Christian
Yeah. I'll keep talking maybe 2 or 3.
Christianity.
I ain't gonna let you. Okay, so we got a comment. Absent parent effect can come. Wait. I got these sunglasses on. Absent parent effect can come from birthing the baby and having no emotional connection. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest
Because
with
people
you.
think that you, in the movies, the baby
Oh,
comes out and
this
they
is the
just
love
start
of my
crying,
life. I
right?
love
And it's the most beautiful thing ever. But some people don't have that automatic.
Remember when Jonathan was born and he came home and he had that big knot like he had been fighting for? I got that stuff, Mama.
No, that's
okay,
me.
okay. He had that knot on his head and he was like, dang. And I was just not. I was kind of despondent because the situation. He was a big surprise. You know the situation. I went to the doctor. When I was pregnant with my second son, this is when I met this person to my left, my sister right here.
Yeah, it's the person.
And it was kind of like a little surprise because when I went to go get a checkout, it was like the doctor went bowling down there. He was like, "Oh my God, you're 5 months pregnant, I think."
Like,
I'm like, "Whoa!" And I went back Monday to find out what I was having, so everything was kind of happening kind of fast. And then when I had him, he had a big knot on his head and he just came out. You know, I had Jonathan in 54 minutes and I'm not no pain queen. They was playing games with me. I was like, give me something. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give me nothing. And I got, and then
Because he was coming too fast. You were dilated already.
I wasn't hearing none of that. And I know all of that, but I wasn't hearing that. I was like, I'm in pain. Don't y'all see me sweating out
Only
my
for 54
eyebrows?
minutes. The price of bringing a precious life through.
And then here come this one nurse. She kicked open the door. She like, this how you have a baby. I'm like, and then the other one's like, this how your ancestors had babies. I'm like, I don't want to hear this right now.
That's racist, ain't it? Was these white
They
nurses?
were black.
Oh, okay.
They could say that.
They were sisters. They was.
Oh.
They
Okay.
could say that.
I was about to
And they
say.
forgot to give me a colace because I gave birth to a brick 2 days later. But
Well, this is not what we're talking about. So you saying that's why you may have been
it was a
little
lot of trauma.
detached.
Yeah, for about a month.
So you ain't like your kids either.
No, I said I felt a little detached for about a month. I love my
okay.
children. You listen, that little one know how to manipulate me. He be like, yeah, man, messing with your baby again. Who messing with my baby? You know, that's what Jonathan says. He like, they messing with your baby. He talking about himself. And then, but he be talking about his dad and his brother, so that don't make sense. So, you know, I feel for this woman because I think that she really has good intentions, and her actually voicing it, how she feels, is a big step.
Right. So she acknowledged it, communicate with the daughter about it, let the daughter express her feelings, and they may be able to hash it out and come to agreement where they're going to start from. You know, okay, we went here, so we at this point, we're going to do this forward, you know.
But I also think the
everybody
daughter
has
has
to
to
be
be
willing.
mature enough for that.
Well, that's all she can see, though. All she can do is see if that's possible. Other than that, she would just have to wait on the daughter. I didn't know she was an adult, though. You can pretty much, you know, a child can go on its own at a certain point. And if you have a conflict of personality, then you
It
can
is
just
what
let
it is,
them.
right.
Because I have a oldest that I love dearly, but our relationship works better at a distance. And so it doesn't change the love. It intensifies it, but you have to be aware of your boundaries of what's going to cause conflict in your relationship. And I figured it out, and I try to avoid those things, you know, and just engage in the good part of it and then withdraw from the negativity of it.
That's called emotional intelligence. Because I have not a child, but I got a friend that we do better as friends when we only talk 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah.
And maybe see each other once a year.
The
'Cause
more you interact,
we clash.
yeah.
But what keeps us bonded is the struggles that we went through together when we was both struggling real
Well,
hard.
you know, sometimes people come
Okay.
for a season
loyal
and
to
maybe
each
you
other.
shouldn't hold on to them, but that's a whole nother subject. But
I mean,
I'm
you
about to say
know,
y'all are not friends.
no,
Yeah.
we're friends. It's just the thing.
No,
Here's
you're
the,
not.
no, you're people who've known each other a long time.
no,
really-
and she's actually a really good friend to me. She's a great person. It's just I am going to be
know.
39.
And you-
I don't like anybody telling me what to do. And she still, because when I met her, I was 19.
okay.
And she still
20
look at-
years.
Yeah, she still look at me as that 19-year-old.
20
so that
years.
causes.
But
Y'all
then
talk twice
that's
a year.
really a lack of respect or diminishing you as an adult, and friends don't do that.
Come on, say that again. Say that
I
again.
said that's her showing a lack of respect or diminishing you as an adult, and that's not a friend.
And this is why we have Nicole on the show, because that's actually a great point. And somebody threw out a like for that, okay? So we're about to get out of here until next Sunday, not Monday, but next Sunday at 6
talk
o'clock.
to
We're going to
'em.
be back. But our lovely co-host, Nicole, and then Coach Wild is going to be back. And then we have a couple people coming on. We got some guests already lined up. If you got, by the way, if you guys want to come on the show, inbox me, okay? Email me, info@musemob.com, okay? Go ahead. Give us something. Because I saw you bust out the book of knowledge. Give us something.
The book of knowledge
Yes.
from the voice of reason.
Yes, yes.
No, so it's the new year, and everyone is setting New Year's resolutions and resetting and making goals and getting ready for a fresh start. And I just want to say that as you set those goals, you will encounter some obstacles. So don't stop. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Choose to look for a solution to the obstacle instead of focusing on the obstacle. And keep stepping towards whatever goal you set for yourself. As many times as you have to reset or find out something, but you got to figure out what the solutions. We solutions all 2023. We not problem oriented.
Solutions
All
all 2023.
Yes, that's what I'm
and
on.
on that note, we will see you guys next Sunday. Thank you, Marquise, for joining us. We're going for another year, right? Thank
Yeah,
you, Nicole. Yes. Welcome to
congratulations.
Behind the Muse.
Thank you for having me. I am looking forward to it.
And thank you guys for supporting me and tuning in. We'll catch you here next week, Sunday at 6 o'clock. All right? We really appreciate you. God bless. And have a great, great rest of your week. Bye-bye.